Okay, welcome to this episode of Choose Your Own Journey. Today's special guest is Nikola Zivkovic. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, that's close enough, but
Close
it's good.
enough?
I don't expect anyone who's from English-speaking areas to pronounce it well. It's just not
Yeah,
happening.
just doesn't have the accent correct, eh?
You don't even have, I think, those sounds, phonetic sounds that we use for a pronunciation. So that's perfect, as you said it.
Oh, good, good. So tell me a bit about yourself, Nick. What?
Well,
Because I
mhm.
noticed I've noticed you on Facebook. I noticed you have a lot of inspirational, motivational posts about building your own business, and just
That's right.
wonder how you got started and where you're at and where you're going.
Well, first things first. I'm from Serbia originally, and that's a small country in southeast of Europe, just north of Greece and south from Hungary. And my journey started a long time ago. Ever since I was in high school, I realized I'm not kind of a person that fits into this society's mold, like work 9 to 5 and answer to others. I had that entrepreneurial spirit in me a long time ago, and I was always interested in computers and online stuff. Not really like programming and that, but just online. And that I was fascinated with this ability to connect with other people through internet. So when you combine these two, pretty much you get what I do. It's an online entrepreneur or affiliate marketer, to be more specific. But I have not been this, or I haven't done this like my entire life. Of course, I had many jobs here in Serbia before, but I think that something that really, really expanded my mind was experience with working on a cruise ship. I don't know if you know that. We haven't talked about that maybe, but I
No.
spent about 5 years as a bartender on board a cruise ship back in the day. I think 11 years ago now. Yeah, time flies. I'm old. and and I spent about 5 years, met a lot of people, seen many places around the world, and traveling really expands your mind, like anything, like in a ways that nothing else can. And once your mind is expanded, it will never go back to the original or previous size. And after that, actually on board a cruise ship, I met a very good friend of mine, and now we go way, way back, like 7, 8 years ago. We met, and that's a person who I owe a lot when it comes to online marketing and affiliate marketing in general. He brought me in first, and now, actually, ever since 2016, so for 4.5 years almost, I've been doing this full time as a profession and online affiliate marketer, specifically targeting or working with high ticket products usually.
I see. So had you thought about doing affiliate marketing before you met this guy on the cruise ship? Or,
Not affiliate marketing, but I was, as I said, always kind of into, and I was inclined to these kind of things before, but he maybe just pushed me a little bit to make that leap of faith. And it was a tough road, as you know, when you're
mm-hmm.
starting in the online industry, especially, and if you don't know right from wrong, and you're gonna have a tough road. And I had one as well. I'm not gonna be lying, right? I had ups and downs. I've tried many companies, many platforms, network marketing, affiliate marketing altogether, Forex, crypto, Bitcoin, like all the whole 9 yards and all these things. So some of them I made money quite a bit actually with some Bitcoin opportunities before in 2017, but some of them I lost a lot. And this journey, although we had a lot of failures, is a journey of knowledge and learning as well. So all this shaped me into a person that I'm today and made it crystal clear that it should never be about a platform or a company that we work with. It should always and will always have to be about you as a brand, but not anyone else. Because I witnessed, you probably as well, that companies come and go, and for various reasons, legitimate or any other reasons. But that's why I will never ever label myself as a person that works with one company, this or that. But I pride myself on the fact that I'm a market, not a representative of any specific companies.
Well, you're right about that. Things do change quite a bit. And would you consider that fellow you met on the cruise ship to be a mentor, to guide
Yeah,
you along?
actually, yes. Yeah, he's a very good friend of mine, as I said, but also my mentor. And many times, more often than not, actually, he pushed me over that. Should I do this or should I not? Right? And every bit of a progress that I made, I think 95% of that I owe to my mentor. Let's call him like that for in
Hmm.
the future. In the next time we mention it, let's make it a mentor.
Right. So so you're putting value on having a mentor and guiding you along, because I think it cuts through the noise, because there's
Exactly,
just
and
so much
mhm.
noise out there. Everyone's pitching something, and like you said, you're trying to do your thing, and it's not easy. So,
Well, yeah, everybody's pitching something. That's a whole new problem and a totally different topic because most of people have, and you probably have encountered that and faced this situation when somebody adds you as a friend on Facebook usually, and just right off the bat, the first message after that, hey, this is amazing. Company is going to change your life and we're going to make a gazillion dollars and you got to lock your spot because all the seats are taken because we are the best out there. Right? Who cares? I mean, I just met you. I have no
hmm
idea who you are, right? It's not about the benefits and features and praising the company. It's about no matter what we do, we are all in a relationship building business model. That people need to understand that we need to build rapport and trust factor. And pretty much while we are doing that, we need to also gather intelligence and collect information about the person so we can, at the back end, then wrap whatever we are promoting or selling as the solution for whatever they're facing, like what kind of problems.
right. That's where I think a lot of people are missing the boat. They're not building the relationships, and they're just going to get left behind, because I think people are just getting tired of the pitches, the
That's
nonstop
that's
pitching.
exactly right. But you know that the whole industry is kind of getting a bad rep because of that,
Hmm.
and people are instantly putting that wall and kind of distancing themselves from anyone just because they're expecting a pitch right away. And I can put it this way, and I usually say this to people: first things first, no matter what industry you're in, and no matter what companies you're working with or what products or services you promote or sell, it is not about persuading people from no to yes. This is not about that and will never be about that because that is a serious uphill battle and people need to understand this. And you do not need that in your life. You don't persuade people from no to yes, but the goal is to find people who already need what you have to offer. And that makes your game infinitely easier. And also, as we said earlier, many people talk about companies and praise companies, and this is the best thing since sliced bread, and you gotta try this; it's gonna change your life. If you talk only about the company and products and how amazing they are, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay because you've got to believe in what you do. Me personally, I would never be able to work with or promote something that I don't believe in. It's a prerequisite of success. But, and this is a big but, you'll quickly find out that this approach usually, if not always, repels people, like we just said earlier, right?
Hmm.
Because this is not something that makes money. There's something a crucial thing that many people do not understand is that having a great product or service and working with a great and amazing company, and there are many amazing companies out there, but working with an amazing company, it's not something that makes you money, right? However, what really does make money is people's ability to do lead generation, marketing, selling, your ability to connect with others, genuinely connect with others, your ability to understand their problems, their desires, goals, what they want out of life, and so on. That is the thing that makes money, not something else, not product or service, your acquired skill set, your ability to recognize their pain and remove it, pretty much in a nutshell, your ability to discover their problems and solve them.
Right. So, not to give away all your ninja tactics, or anything like that. What do you think? How do you think you break through the noise to get to get to their needs? Like, have you had a good approach for accessing, like, getting into their head and actually kind of pulling out the information that you need?
Well, first and foremost, you got to lead with value. Don't lead with money offer. I mean, make money online offers and things like that. You got to lead with value and generally want to help them. And people can sense that. People don't care how much you know. This is a famous saying, until they care, until they know how much you care. So you got to show them that first. And you see, it all comes down to helping others. That's the way I see it. Because service to many leads to greatness. And I think this is an old saying. It might even be from the Bible, I'm not sure. Service to many leads to greatness. But in order to help more people, we need to become more first. We need to grow more, learn more, know more. And I'm a firm believer of knowledge and education for that matter, because that will help you cut through the noise, but only when applied. Because many people say knowledge is power. However, it's not. Applied knowledge is power, because imperfect action is way, way better than perfect inaction. And many people get stuck there, in that learning mode, right? And I'm a huge fan of self-development as well, of course, because our level of income, Michael, is always in a direct correlation with level of self-development we reach. And it's a very, very simple equation. And the amount of money we make is always in a direct proportion to the amount of value, and we go back to value, amount of value we provide to the market or to the world in general. And in other words, the more problems we solve for others, and everyone has problems, we just need to find out about them. The more problems we solve, the more successful we become. Or in simpler words of Zig Ziglar, I think he said that, we can truly have all we want in this life if we only help enough people have all they want, right? But I think the bottom line here, we talk about success and money and making money online. That's the main game here, but it's not about the money. It should never be about money. Your business should never be transactional only, because people also can sense that and will put defense on, they will put defensive mechanisms. So it's never just transactional. It should be transformational for your customers. It must not be just another transaction, but you must ask yourself, how can I touch and enrich their lives, right? How can I transform it? And instead of asking, what can I get from them, which is the vast majority ask that question, what can I get from this person? And that's why they engage in a conversation. The question should be, what can I give them? How can I help them get rid of the pain that they're going through? And after all this is done in this way, properly and correctly, money is just a byproduct of you solving problems for people and transforming their lives.
All right. I think that is going to separate, that will separate people from, I don't know, the marketers that jump in there thinking they're just going to make a quick buck. And the
vast majority does that and have that lottery mindset.
Yeah, they have that mentality, and it's not sustainable, because, like you said, you have to put in the work. Yeah, you need to be continuously learning new skills, learning your outreach, learning what's working, what's not working, and it's just a continuous process. What do you? I've worked with several different programs, courses. Is there any one in particular that you are leaning towards right now that you would recommend for people?
Well, as I said earlier, Michael, I pride myself on the fact that I'm a marketer. I don't label myself as a person that works with this and that company. I have multiple income streams. Some of them are high ticket. Some of them are not so high, lower ticket, medium ticket. Not only that I'm focused on high ticket, that's what I'm saying. I mentioned that earlier, but not only that. Some of them are paying $1,000 or more per sale. Some of them 500, some of them 250. But I also have some that are paying $25 per sale. Not that I'm pushing for that, but the reason is, so when I come across people, I know I can provide them with an adequate solution for the adequate price. That's the reason why I have the tiered offer, so-called. So I can monetize on people who don't have much money while still providing them with the appropriate value. But also those who can afford to pay high ticket, I monetize on that as well. So, but bottom line, again, I don't really emphasize, or I don't incline towards any of these income streams. I pride myself on the fact that I'm a marketer, actually, not a guy that works with this and that company, and for more than one reason. As I mentioned earlier, companies come and go. And when you build your audience, well, I'm going to get to that later, build your brand, build your audience, and the importance of this. But when you build your audience around the premise that you work with a certain company, and something happens with a company, or you just decide to leave the company for whatever the reason. Now you have people who know you because of that company, and they associate you with this company, and you have to waste a ton of time, energy, effort to retarget the audience and reframe their mind that you're actually something else, not just the representative of this company. So don't do that. Just as I said, build your brand first and foremost, as I mentioned earlier, because people need to know, trust, and like you in order to do business with you, but mostly perceive you as an authority figure. Because I always say this to people, ask yourself, would you do business with someone who kind of maybe knows what he's doing, or you want to do business with an expert in his given or her given field, someone who can help you live better life instantly, and someone who can help you achieve your goals instantly. So people need to see that in you. Now, you don't have to know everything, of course, and be an online marketing guru in order to be successful, but you only need to be one step ahead of whoever you're talking to. And preferably find people who face the same challenges like you did, and preferably the ones that you overcame already. So that puts you in an instant position that you can be an authority figure in their eyes. So first and foremost, build your brand. As I said, people need to know, trust, and like you, perceive as an authority figure, and build your audience, as I mentioned earlier, because you need to have eyeballs on your people's attention. No matter what you do, no matter what product you're promoting, you have the best product and service in the world, and for the best price, most affordable. But if nobody sees it, if nobody knows about it, you're not going to do any good. You don't have business pretty much. So eyeballs, very important, and brand. And these two are assets. People need to start seeing these things as assets, because once you build your brand and your audience, that will stay with you for a lifetime and will serve you for a lifetime. Because no matter what happens with this company or that company or with the market, you can always just get up, walk away, and your audience, your following, your brand, which is you, stays and remains with you. And the third and last but not the least important aspect is learning how to monetize these two, these brand and the audience. Because as I said earlier, no matter what you do, every business, even offline businesses, are kind of built around this premise. You have to build your brand, your audience, and learn how to monetize. Because many people have this kind of difficulty to bridge this gap. Building the brand and getting people to know, trust, and like you is not that hard. You have just to follow a few proven steps and you can do that. But people have difficulties bridging the gap between people knowing them, trusting them, and people looking at them and actually monetizing those eyeballs. That's something that requires a fundamental skill set that needs to be acquired. Because again, likes, comments, views, all good. It can feed your ego, but it cannot pay the bill, right?
Right.
because comments or likes, they don't pay bills. Commissions do. So the most important thing, maybe the last mentioned, but the most important is learning how to monetize your two main assets, brand and the audience. And in order to bridge this gap, you need to acquire some skill set. And the skill set itself is a product. So maybe here I can say I incline to these kind of products, and I usually work with these kind of products. A skill set, something that will help people to acquire a very much needed skill set and allow them to pretty much make or generate income in any space, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you associate or affiliate yourself with a company of some kind in a certain platform, you're talking to a very, very small, kind of portion of the market interested in this, whether that is Forex, crypto, wellness or fitness or whatever, right? Because when you try to talk to only one niche, one narrow segment of the market, no matter how good you are, no matter how good and amazing your product or service you render are, even provided that you know how to generate extremely high quality leads, and this is not likely for most people, a highly targeted leads, and provided you know how to qualify them properly and how to close them eventually, and that is a lot of ifs already. But even if you know how to do all of that, you are leaving a lot of money on the table, simply because you're talking to a very small fraction of the market. Well, conversely, if you find the way, the right product, as I said, a skill set, something to address the entire market and provide them with a solution for their problem, and everyone again has problems. Now we have something to talk to the whole market, to address the whole market, and you're getting the whole pie, right? Not just only some crumbs on the side, if that makes sense. So when a product you're promoting is the skill set itself, and when that skill set is needed by everyone in the market, and every business out there needs customers. So if you have the skill set that will show them how to get customers, how to monetize on them, that is the skill set that's needed by everybody in the whole market. Then you have the ultimate tool to monetize on the whole market, not just one specific niche or company. And that is the ultimate strategy that will allow you to address the entire market and be the problem solver for all those people out there you might come in contact with, enabling you to capitalize on this in so many ways.
Yeah, there's like times are tough right now, and there's so many people, newbies jumping on the online space. They need the fundamentals. They need the foundation. I've been through a course. It was great for building the fundamentals and the foundation, building those skill sets, especially the sales aspect of it, having the conversations, the sales conversations. Is there a particular foundational program that you'd recommend that, like if someone was just entering, just going to take their time, learn the fundamentals, and that you'd recommend them look at?
Yeah, maybe we can do that. I work, as I said, with a few of them, but something that is on not low, not the highest ticket, but maybe in a medium area somewhere. It comes, the best perk of it, it comes with ongoing millionaire mentoring, so-called, as we call it. Whoever gets into the platform, and getting in is $1,350, maybe not a small amount of money, but when you think in a long term, it's not that much. If something that can allow you to make 5-10 grand a month, you pay for 1,350, it's not that much. But on the other hand, all the trainings and strategies are being taught inside the Millionaire Mentoring. When you get the platform, you get this added value for free, pretty much, are applicable in any business or industry out there. So whether you're a seasoned marketer or you're just a newbie, as you mentioned, you have your spot here, and you'll be shown how to do things from the day one, and you will be pretty much able to start with revenue generating activities on the day one. And as I said, everything that is taught in here is applicable in any business or industry out there, online or offline, physical or digital products, because the fundamentals of online marketing and core principles are always the same, and process are all the same. And that's the real beauty of this. That's why we have people from all walks of life inside this private community and our Millionaire Mentoring. And we have people from real estate who are actually using these strategies to grow their own customer base, people who have their own businesses as well with their own products or services, who are generating leads, to obviously people from the online world, different niches, network marketing, to people from personal services like consulting and coaching, you name it. They're all using the strategies that are taught inside the community. And the best thing is, even for people who are just getting started, and they might say, oh, but I don't have a product that I can promote, or I don't have anything that I can offer in order to monetize the newly acquired skill set. We have the provided platform, as I mentioned, for monetization. And you can monetize upon the skill set right off the bat, allowing you to get up to $1,000 per sale. So there are $100, $250, $500, and $1,000 sales that you can actually use, even if you don't have anything that you're working with currently. Even if you're just getting started in this industry, you will be taught and you will be shown how to start from scratch, and you will be given the platform to monetize on newly acquired skills, allowing you to start with revenue generating activities from the day one.
Oh, that's great. So that's something that someone just coming in, if they got into the right program, could learn fairly quickly.
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually, the core principles are laid out in 3 basic main videos. They are about 2 or 3 hours long each. And in order to kind of, really grasp the concept and wrap your head around it, we suggest watching them, no joke, 5 or 6 times in a row, not at one day, right? But, over the next few days after joining. And that will give you everything you need with the strategies presented in ongoing millionaire mentoring process that you can start even if you're just a newbie. And the most important aspect of it maybe is that there is a very supportive community, because people usually don't want to feel alone and left out, right? And many programs that I started in the past have left that bad taste in the mouth, because you get started and you completely lack any support, and you're just feeling lost. But that's not happening, because we have very supportive community. And as well, whoever starts, I take care of my people as well, and they have complete support, and they're taken by the hand, step by step, through predetermined steps pretty much, so they can get on and get first online sale in the quickest possible time. Of course, they need to put the work in, right? You don't, how can I say this? Nothing in the world, when they say, is this working for you? When they ask the question, nothing will work for you if you don't work with it and for it first. So this is a two-way street as well. You have to be committed, but if you are, you have everything you need to start with revenue generating activities from the day one, even if you are a complete newbie.
Oh, that sounds great. Is it okay if we put a link in the description below after the video?
Sure. Actually, we can put the link with a really nicely made webinar that will show them in details and in depth what I'm talking about right here. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. That's great.
The webinar is about 1 hour, 20 minutes, but it's worth every minute spending time on it, because not just that we'll show you about this business that I'm talking about, but it will actually help you get a lot of golden nuggets and a lot of value. And even if you don't, decide to do anything with this, it will be time well spent, because it will help you get a lot of value out of it.
Well, I think that'll help a lot of people. There's just so much frustration out there, and just people are grasping at straws to make a buck, but that's not where you want to be. That's not what you want to be doing.
Exactly. Like, there are many companies out there, they're great companies, and having people that have great results with them, but usually the whole process is too long, and there are monthly fees, and there is like 6 months period until they get started with the revenue generating activities, and people just don't last that long, especially if they're new, right? They lose. They need a proof of concept. They need that.
Yeah.
And they need to happen as soon as possible. And that's why this is organized and built around that idea, to help people to start with revenue generating activities right from the day one. And of course, that doesn't mean they're going to start making money on the day one, right? But it happens. It can happen. They have everything they need to do so. So I think it's one of the good places to look at if you're, even if you're a seasoned marketer, if you just want to expand your portfolio, this is a good thing. But I think it's much more designed for people who are just